Welcome back to the exciting finale of A Midsummer Night's Dream, Acts 4 and 5. Last time we left you with Cupid's arrow having gone quite astray. It's one of the great mysteries of this play. Was it on purpose or was it an accident? As I'm sure we'll hammer out on the podcast. So Acts 4 and Act 5, we should see, if Shakespeare stays true to form, a very speedy unmixing of everything that has been mixed. So let's see how he brings order to this chaos. And anybody watching the video, we did have a little direction earlier that our play within a play is supposed to be very bad acting. So I'm going to say that just so anybody listening is like, man, that person is chewing the scenery. So it's on purpose. It's good acting if it's bad acting. So Act 4 brought to you, Acts 4 and 5 brought to you by House of Humane Letters and the Literary Life podcast. Well, our director for tonight is Hillary. Hillary, take it away.
All right, thank you. Act 4, Scene 1, The Wood. Lysander, Demetrius, Helena, and Hermia are still asleep. Enter Titania and Bottom, Peas Blossom, Cobweb, Moth, Mustard Seed, and other fairies attending, Oberon behind unseen.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while thy amble cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss the fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have care, the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your neef, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good monsieur, but to help Cavallari Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let us have the tongues and the bones.
Oh, say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a desire to a bottle of hay.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition to sleep come upon me.
Oh, sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist, the female ivy so in rings, the barkly fingers of elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
They sleep. Oberon advances. Enter Puck.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometimes on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in Fairland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaken when the other do. May all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen.
Touching her eyes with an herb.
Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Dane's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Tatiana, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions I have seen. Methought I was enamored of an ass.
Well, there lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visions now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Tatiana, Nia, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Oh, music, such the charm of sleep.
Now when thou wakest, did thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music.
Still music.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereupon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus's house triumphantly, and bless it all to fair prosperity, where there shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade, we the globe can encompass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Oh, come, my lord, and in this flight, tell me how it came to this night, that I was sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Exeunt. Horns sound within. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Aegeus, and the train.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed, and since we have the voward of this day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed, the bear with hounds of slaughter. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dewlapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn in Crete and Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear, but soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nidar's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Horns, and shout within. Demetrius, Lysander, Hermia, and Helena, wake and start up.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
He and the rest kneel to Theseus.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, this hatred that is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here, but I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall be eternally knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3 will hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Exeunt. Theseus, Hippolyta, Aegeus, and the train.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own, and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
Exeunt.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, Peter Quince, flute, the bellows maker, snout, the tinker, starveling. God's my life, stolen hints and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There is no man can tell what methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Exit. Scene 2, Athens, a room in Quince's house. Enter Quince, flute, snout, and starveling.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he comes not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yeah, and the best person too. He is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Enter Snug.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, And there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom, thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke hath not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Enter Bottom.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, oh most courageous day, oh most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am not true Athenian, I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and long of it is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away, go away.
Exeunt. Act 5, Scene 1, Athens, an apartment in the palace of Theseus. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Philostrate, lords and attendants.
It's strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold, that is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and his imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown. The poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear.
All the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancied images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Enter lovers, Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make your choice of which your highness will see first. Handing a paper.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. I will none of that. That have I told my love, in glory to my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. Well, that is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last as conqueror. The thrice three muses, mourning for the death of learning late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorted with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief, that is, hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For all in the play, there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it's not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
Exit Philostrate.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
Enter Philostrate. So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Flourish of trumpets. Enter the prologue.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight we are not here. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Enter Pyramus and Thisbe, Wall, Moonshine, and Lion as in dumb show.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder, and through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth Moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Nina's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. whereat with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper, often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lime and Hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall, silence.
Enter Pyramus.
Oh, grim looked night, oh night with hue so black, oh night, whichever art when day is not, oh night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye.
Wall holds up his fingers.
Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
Oh, no, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it. We'll fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Enter Thisbe.
Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the fates me kill.
Not Shaphalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shaphalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Exeunt Wall, Pyramus, and Thisbe.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in a man and a lion.
Enter Lion and Moonshine.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough in wildest rage, doth roar. Then know that I, one Snug the Joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of a good conscience.
The very best set of beasts, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well, leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there, for the candle, you see, is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he but change?
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but yet in courtesy and all reason we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
Enter Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Oh, rah!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
The lion tears Thisbe's mantle and exit.
Well-mouthed lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Enter Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright, for by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? O dainty duck, oh dear. Thy mantle good? What? Stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. O fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, rush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
You strew my heart, but I pity the man.
Wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out, sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus, aye, that left pap where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Moon, take thy flight now. Die.
Dies. Exit Moonshine.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, you might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one, for such as Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus means videlicet.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, quite dumb, dead, dead, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, these lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore. With shears, his thread of silk, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword, come, blade my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Dies.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a bergamask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excused. For when the players are all dead, there need none be to blame. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your bergamask, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we have this night overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Exeunt. Enter Puck.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behows the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now a frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter Oberon and Titania with their train.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly.
First, rehearse your note by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Song and dance.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, harelip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chambers bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
Exeunt Oberon, Titania, and train.
If we chateaus have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
The end. Bravo! Bravo, everyone! That was amazing. I was laughing so hard at those death scenes. That was fantastic. Bravo. Thank you all so much for participating in this. This was a great deal of fun. Of course, we'll have many more. If you're watching this at home and you want to know when can I do this with you guys, sign up for our newsletter, houseofhumaneletters.com, and you can find out when our next free read along event is. And if you are thinking, man, that was great, but now I want to know what it all means, stay tuned for the podcast series on A Midsummer Night's Dream on the Literary Life podcast. And I saw lots of things I cannot wait to talk about. All right. Thanks so much. Good night. And hopefully the shadows have not offended. Good night, everybody.